If you've been putting in your hours learning UI, UX, and product design and working on your portfolio, and you're finally ready to start applying for jobs in the field, well, I've got some really excellent things to share with you. So let's talk about that. Hi everyone, I'm Elizabeth from DesignerUp, helping you become a more skillful and mindful designer. So before we get into the practical stuff, there are 3 things that will really help increase your chances of landing a job. The first is focusing on designer job fit. The second is research and preparation. And the third is communicating your worth and your ROI. What you don't want to do is play the numbers game and throw generic applications out. What you do want to do is be really strategic. And the best way to do that is to have a plan of execution and a system of organization. So my favorite method is using a job tracker. I've used a lot of different platforms and software over the years to do this, but my favorite, as usual, turns out to be Notion. So I've been using different techniques for this over the past 14 years of being a freelancer and applying to full-time positions. And so it's been really refined and tested over the years. So I'm going to share with you my personal Notion job tracker board and show you my specific technique for searching for, applying for, and strategizing my job applications. So I am going to go into the process by just looking at one of these job postings. And then over here in our Notion workspace, you can see I've created this UX job and internship tracker. And so right from the top, I like to save time by having everything that I repeatedly need to access or use or share right at the top. So at the top, we have a place to insert a link to your resume if you're hosting it online or if you're using your LinkedIn resume. And then you can embed it here if it's a PDF. Same thing with your cover letter and embed the PDF here. You would just click that and choose the file. And then I have quick links. So if you have your LinkedIn profile, your portfolio, Dribbble account, Twitter account, you can just click here and paste the link so that you can always copy and paste this very easily. And one of the tricks too is being able to apply quickly. When you see something that you want, having everything at your fingertips just makes it really easy. Next thing is the job board section, and I've populated this with some of the boards that I really love and that I know have some great positions. Of course, the DesignerUp job board. AngelList is great for finding startup roles and being able to filter through remote positions. LinkedIn, of course, for custom searches and recruiters from larger companies. UX Job Boards has a collection of a variety of UX-related jobs and product design jobs. And We the Makers have creative roles, maybe for more brand design stuff, visual design, graphic, web, that sort of thing. Next is career references. I've curated some really useful tutorials and articles that I use with my students to help them prepare for the application and interview process, such as salary, portfolio and case study guides to writing these things, so on and so forth. So next we come to the really important section, and this is a table where you can track the jobs you're applying for. So there are a bunch of columns here, and this is the company, position, actual direct link to the job posting, the date that you applied, the job type, whether it's full-time, freelance, part-time, contract, whether it's in-person or remote, the status of the job. So maybe it's a prospect that you're just now looking at or you're in the interview process, and the last communication date. The follow-up section is a formula. So based on the date of the last communication, it will remind you to follow up within 7 days. If you want to change that, you can just click on it and then change this number 7 to however many days. So as you can see, if it hasn't been 7 days yet, because I last communicated about this on December 2nd, it will tell me to wait. And then there is a column for the contacts or the recruiters. And of course, if you have a specific resume or cover letter that you tweaked and attached to this job application, you can upload it here for reference. So this table and this column specifically is linked to the next section down here, which is contacts. And that is an area for you to put in all of your recruiters, their names and numbers. And then you can see right here that it's related to the applications. So all the applications that you've applied for and the companies you've applied for will come up under their name, and vice versa. Their names will come up under the job applications in the applications table. This table is just another view of the one above. So if you want to easily just be able to say, okay, this is not a prospect anymore, this is moved to first interview, it will do that. These two tables are exactly the same. The information here that's reflected is the same. It's just a different way to view it, and interact with the data. So that's the job board with all of the formulas and placeholders. And again, this is going to be totally for free for the next few weeks. So definitely go and grab that. So now I'm going to take you through the actual practical ways that I strategize and apply for these positions. So let's jump back over to our job board. So back on the job board, I'm going to take a look at this product designer role at Maven Clinic. And this is a mid-level role. And so I click into this and we can see there's the company background, some stats, what they're looking for, and a few of the tasks and responsibilities you'll be expected to perform, and what you should have in terms of skill level or experience, and then a few other things, and then of course the benefits and perks. So looking through these, most of the job positions will look exactly the same, but there is a lot that you can glean by looking through this through a particular lens. So back over at our job board, I am going to create a position here, and we're going to click in here and add Maven. And then we're going to say this is a product designer, and we're going to say mid-level. Okay, and then we can take the link and paste it here. We'll put in today's date, December 7th. And then we'll say that this came from a job board, full-time, remote, and then we'll call this a prospect for now. Okay, so this is where it gets good. Inside here, I've created a template for you. So you're going to click on Job Template when you get in here, and this is going to populate it with all of the things that you need to do. Very similar to a competitive analysis that you might be doing on your products when you're designing in the research phase. So the first section is about the company. And for this, I like to add in things like the team, the values, their mission, interest about the team members, or, the culture about the company, that sort of thing. And so I'm kind of just looking for those keywords. And it looks like the CEO is female, and they are well-funded, and they have a lot of great awards in terms of a really great, healthy place to work, best place to work for parents, etc., etc. So I think those are all some really great things to write down. So back on our Notion board here, I am going to just remove this stuff and then add in some of these things. Female CEO, well-funded, great place for parents, accolades for work experience. Say for great work experience. So these are just things for me to keep in mind, so as I'm going through, I can remember what I liked about this position. So what they're looking for, it says here, is that Maven is looking for a product designer to join their growing experience team within the product organization. So that's something important to note, because you want to do your research to know what product team you're on. Will you be on, for big companies that have multiple products, will you be working on one of those products? Will you be working on the shopping cart experience? Will you be working on the mobile app? Will you be working on the web app team? So this specifically says you'll be working within the product organization. So we're going to add that to our Notion board. And then it looks like they're also looking for someone to do design thinking activities with team members. And I am going to go ahead and add that into tasks and responsibilities. And I'm going to flip back over into Notion, pull up my side-by-side view so we can pull out some of these things and add it. We've added running a design thinking workshop. It also mentions end-to-end design process. That's important. So I've added that here. So you know that you're going to be working on full products from start to finish. Next, it mentions conducting research. So we're going to add that. Designing the full UX across multiple platforms. It's important to note here, as well as products that fill business and user needs. So it's important that you have some idea of how the business operates, their business model, the metrics that they're measuring. So I like to keep the task and responsibilities really to, verbs, actionable things that are just showing the things that you're going to be doing day to day. And then over here, I'm pulling out some keywords and phrases to just kind of help me understand the position better and what's expected of me. And so it mentions here cross-functional partners and working in cross-functional product pods. So whatever a pod is, I'm going to add that in here. Also design patterns. I've added that here. Just going down the list, validating user problems. Go ahead and put that in here. Working closely with engineering teammates. And a few times they've mentioned multiple platforms. So that's an important key phrase. So next is our personal interview stories. So a personal interview story is really just a firsthand account of something that you've done at work or on one of your projects. And this is where it all really comes together strategically. You're going to take all of these keywords and phrases that you've pulled out from the job posting, and you're going to work those into your interview stories. So for example, let's say that you've worked for a company online remotely for your first project. It was just a freelance project, maybe for a client, and you had to interface with their development or engineering team that was overseas. You could tell a personal story about that project and then pull in some of these keywords. So back over here on our board. So let's say, for example, you worked for a fashion company on a fashion project. You could tell your story along the lines of, in early 2020, I was working on the UX for a swimsuit company, and one of the biggest struggles I had was validating user problems without, making our users feel vulnerable or body conscious, and how you talk to those users and how you validated user problems. Again, pulling out these words that match the job posting keywords. And then you can also say, one of the biggest struggles that I had was interfacing with their development team that was overseas because of the time difference, and how you worked through that problem. So these are the kinds of things that you can talk about in your personal stories and really craft them specifically to the job posting that you're looking at and those keywords and phrases. Just kind of mirroring back those things, those tasks, those responsibilities, those expectations through your personal lens of something that you've experienced with work or on your projects. That is really a strategic approach. So you're not creating one cover letter, you're not creating just one application and sending it off, and you're not repeating yourself in these interviews. You are really having a plan and you're matching everything. And that goes back to my first recommendation, which is designer job fit. And that's really how you show that fit. So having these personal interview stories ready to go really gets you clear. It makes you sound like you are experienced and you know what you're doing. Maybe you don't have 3 to 5 years of experience, but you really deeply understand the work that you did in the 1 or 2 years that you have worked on projects. And that shows. It shows in your communication style, in your presentation, and that's what you want to have ready. And it takes research and preparation, which was step 2 of my recommendations for really increasing your chances of landing a job. And so the third thing I want to cover back over in Notion is the third thing I mentioned, which is communicating your worth and your ROI. So there's a great exercise that I go through with all of my students that come into our boot camp. I have a simple formula for that, and this is I help type of company get desire by methods resulting in outcome. And this is what I recommend that you do for every single application that you send out. It's, again, not a numbers game. It's really about being strategic and giving yourself the best chance of standing out and matching with this role and this company. And so this is just the tip of the iceberg of what you can do. And we go through a lot of exercises, a lot of tailoring, and a lot of really specifying your stories and understanding how to make case studies that reflect this and work on projects that really reflect all the things that you're saying so that it can be true and that you can really show your skills when you apply for these positions and you go into interviews. So if you're interested in working through that stuff and really building your skills and really building your portfolio, definitely check out our product design course, which teaches you all of the business stuff as well as the design. So that's about it. Our new job board, our Notion job tracker, and put it all together in a really strategic way and execute your plan to get your next dream role. So if you enjoyed this, of course, I appreciate your subscribes and your likes and your shares. Otherwise, good luck in the job hunt, and I will see you again soon.